the two teams that are playing here tonight both hail from South Korea's professional league, the LCK.
Let's first talk about SK Telecom T1. These guys are the defending world champions. They've already won 2 world championships in their history. Tonight, they're looking for their 3rd. And of 6 total world championships, that would mean they have completely dominated the scene for years.
And that's absolutely incredible. And if they were to win tonight, they would end up being the only back-to-back world champions, which is insane to think about. But we're going to run through the roster here and start with their top laner. In the top lane, it's Duke. He joined the team at the beginning of this year, replacing the 2015 World's MVP and team captain of SK Telecom. But now, this is Duke's time to shine. He's able to actually win a championship with SK Telecom here tonight. And if he's able to do that, then he's definitely shown that he's filled those shoes.
He's absolutely been a great individual contributor, and now you're seeing the jungle role. The newest addition as well to that was on your screen, Blank, who's played reasonably well with SK Telecom T1. The funny thing is they keep trying to replace this man, Bangi, who he won last year's Worlds with SKT. He's been on the roster for a very long time. He's already a 2-time world champion. He's been with them since 2013, to be completely honest. And he never says die. He's always the one putting up big numbers and helping out a ton.
Extremely clutch player. But speaking of clutch, in the mid lane, it's the most legendary figure in League of Legends history. It's Faker. This guy has been almost unanimously considered the best player in the world for not 1 year, not 2 years, but 3 straight years. He redefined what it meant to be a great League of Legends player.
Absolutely, he has everything you would ever want, but he's not the only carry on the team. SK Telecom's AD carry Bang has distinguished himself as the 2nd threat on this team. He has had MVP caliber performance here in the bottom lane at Worlds 2016. Alongside Faker, that's really hard to do.
And Bang's been with the roster for 2 years. He won Worlds last year with these guys as well. Additionally, you can see that he's going to be with the lane mate Wolf in a second, who similarly incredibly good.
Yeah, Wolf is definitely excellent. These guys work so well together in the bot lane.
Yeah, Wolf definitely incredible, not only in the bot lane, but you're seeing him roaming towards the mid lane as well. 1v1ing the opposing AD carry Uzi right there from another squad. And Wolf has, again, won Worlds last year as well. Incredible competitor.
And despite already having multiple international wins, there was a lot of criticism on Wolf last year saying that he was the worst member of this squad. So this year, he has a chance to actually prove people wrong.
Yeah, definitely just been overall amazing. SKT, I mean, they are the favorites of Worlds right now, right? This is an incredibly talented roster, almost untouched from last year, and they're coming in as clear favorites.
And I think a big reason that they are those favorites is because of how diverse the compositions they can run are. They can play all kinds of different styles here, and they've shown them throughout League of Legends, so it's so tough to prepare for this team.
Yeah, every match that SK Telecom ends up going into, they are the Titans. They are the ones that need to be taken down. And there's a saying, never bet against SK Telecom, because even when they look weak, they are still an incredibly strong team, and they show up at these tournaments.
They really always do. Incredible competitors, never lost to Worlds they've attended so far, and here's their 3rd chance at this one. Now, their opponents in this series, of course, a very tall task, Samsung Galaxy. Now, the organization, a Samsung-sponsored team, did win Worlds in 2014, but after 2014, the team entirely reformed. Beginning in 2015, Samsung Galaxy did not look nearly as good.
Yeah, certainly not, but they've looked great in this World so far. Coming out of the group of death, beating teams like TSM, who a lot of people had really high hopes for coming into the World Championship.
Yeah, and we're going to run through the roster here and start with the top lane. Cuve, you were talking about it, Freak, where they had rebuilt the roster. He was the first member to join the squad, and he has the most solo kills at Worlds out of any player by 7. He has 7 more than the next highest person. He has been a fantastic top laner, has shown a diverse style. He plays the tanks and the guys who soak damage, but he also plays damage dealers.
Yeah, he's been absolutely incredible, and working very well with him has been Ambition. This guy has been in the league scene for almost an eternity, 6 seasons in the LCK, considered by many to be the best player to have never reached a world championship. And now, finally, Ambition has arrived on the world stage and wants to show that he has what it takes to win the world championship.
And he even used to be a mid laner. He switched roles recently. And speaking of mid laners, you're seeing Crown right now solo killing one of the best mid laners in the world there, Bjergsen. And he has been absolutely incredible. Considered the 2nd best mid laner in all of South Korea, which is, as you can tell from the final, kind of the home of all the amazing players right now. 2nd only to Faker himself, and really has been a consistent force.
Yep, and also in the bottom lane, their AD carry, Ruler. Now this guy is really impressive because he is a rookie to this squad. He is actually playing his first competitive split of League of Legends. He's only been playing it for 5 months competitively, and now he's in the World Championship Finals. People have questions about nerves, but this rookie has nerves of steel.
Yeah, it's been simply incredible, and Samsung Galaxy has featured 2 rotating supports in the bottom lane with Ruler, Wraith, and Core JJ. And Core JJ, who had played with Team Dignitas in the North American LCS, actually as an AD carry, but since swapping over to support and subbing in for Wraith at the World Championship, Samsung has not lost a single game.
Yeah, it's really incredible, the story of Samsung Galaxy, because we're like, okay, SKT are huge favorites. They're going to smash everybody. You never bet against them. But Samsung were like almost not supposed to make Worlds. They finished the split in 4th place, barely managed to grab that last spot from South Korea to qualify for Worlds. Then they were in the group of death, and they make it out of that. And then they get to the quarters and semifinals, so don't even drop a game in the bracket stage.
Yeah, back in 2014, when the Samsung organization won Worlds and actually broke up the SK Telecom wins, people were saying, well, you know, that roster blew up. They're never going to make it again. They reformed that squad for 2 years straight, did not make an LCK playoff. They did not try to compete at all, and they ended up not being very good. And this year, this split, they ended up making the playoffs. They ended up not doing too well, but then at the last moment, they qualified, like you said, and they took down a team that they had been 0-19 against in KT Rolster.
Yeah, and not only 0-19 against KT Rolster, but against SK Telecom, who they'll be playing tonight. They were 2-16 over the last 2 years, so they have another gargantuan task to take down these guys tonight.
They definitely do, but if trajectory is any indication, they are doing much better than maybe stats would tell, so there's a chance here for Samsung Galaxy.